From episodes banned across whole countries, to scenes reanimated after complaints, to one segment so controversial it's never been shown again. These are the 7 Peppa Pig episodes you were never meant to see, and the truth behind why they were deleted. We're starting strong with an episode banned for a single word. In Granny Pig's Chickens, everything starts sweet and wholesome. Peppa and George arrive for a cozy sleepover. Granny Pig shows them Mommy Pig's old bedroom, and Grandpa Pig proudly shows off his growing vegetables. And then, the chaos begins. Grandpa Pig discovers something horrifying. His beloved lettuces have been eaten. He looks at the destroyed patch, sighs the deepest grandpa sigh ever recorded, and delivers the most unexpected line in Peppa Pig history.
Because the birds that ate my lettuces are very stupid.
That's it. That's the moment. The only time in the entire show that the word stupid is ever spoken, and it came straight from Grandpa Pig having an emotional breakdown over salad. That one word caused parents to complain. A lot. Broadcasters panicked, and in 2014, the US network Nick Jr. officially pulled the entire episode from rotation. Not just the clip, not just the scene. The whole thing vanished. And because of how Nick Jr. bundled episodes together back then, this tiny moment caused an entire half-hour block to be removed too, meaning episodes Princess Peppa, Talent Day, Goldie the Fish, and Mr. Potato Comes to Town also disappeared from US screens. Now here's the wildest part. Even after other shows by the same creators, like Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom and The Big Nights, used that same word without issue, this Peppa episode never returned. As of 2020, all the other removed episodes quietly came back in HD on US TV. But Granny Pig's Chickens, still the only Peppa Pig episode permanently banned in the US over a single rude word. And really, that's the magic of Grandpa Pig. One minute he's watering vegetables, the next he's getting an episode banned across an entire country. Peppa Pig has plenty of silly moments, but nothing caused more real-world drama than the 2 episodes starring one tiny creature, Mr. Skinny Legs, the spider. And both times, the problem wasn't Peppa at all, it was the message. Let's start with Season 1 episode Mr. Skinny Legs. In the episode, George finds a spider in the sink and treats it like a new best friend. Peppa panics, Daddy Pig tries to help, while very obviously not wanting to touch it, and eventually the whole family ends up having a polite tea party with the spider. But the important part? Throughout the episode, the adults talk and behave in a way that says spiders are harmless and not scary, and Daddy Pig proudly announces the one line that doomed this entire episode in Australia.
Spiders are very, very small, and they can't hurt you.
And with that, concerned parents complained, which led to Australian broadcasters removing the episode completely. They argued the episode was inappropriate for Australian children because it may encourage children to pick up spiders. And even though in most countries, a house spider is just a harmless little visitor, in Australia, a spider in the sink isn't a friendly surprise. It's a serious danger. And just when you think the Peppa Pig team would have learned their lesson, they released Season 4 episode Spiderweb. This episode features the exact same friendly spider, Mr. Skinny Legs, crawling around the Pig family home again, and the exact same message is repeated.
Don't be scared, Mummy.
But in this episode, the lesson is even stronger. Be kind to spiders, don't disturb them, let them live right next to your house and build a web. For almost every country, this is a cute, harmless lesson. But for Australia, it's dangerous advice. So both episodes were officially removed from broadcast in Australia. If you've ever watched Peppa Pig and thought, wow, this show is harmless, Ireland would like to have a word, because somehow one of the most innocent episodes ever, Gym Class, ended up on the banned list. And the reason? Ireland banned a whole episode because Suzy Sheep's outfit looked too much like Suzy Sheep. In this episode, it's gym day, and Peppa and the whole class pile off the school bus already in their gym kits. Excited, happy, and completely unaware that they're about to cause an international broadcasting problem. Pedro shows up dressed as a superhero because he got the wrong memo, and Madame Gazelle proudly announces that Grampy Rabbit will be teaching the lesson. Which is great because Grampy Rabbit treats the gym like it's a full-on adventure movie. He has the children run on the spot, clap their arms, wobble like jelly, and pretend the gym is a wild jungle. Everything is fine until the camera pans to Suzy Sheep. Her gym outfit is almost exactly the same color as her wool. Broadcasters refused to air the episode because they felt it looked like Suzy wasn't wearing anything at all. And that's the day Suzy Sheep discovered she could break a whole TV schedule just by color coordinating. Polly Parrot is one of those classic season 1 episodes where absolutely nothing dangerous happens on screen, which makes it kind of hilarious that it ended up causing one of the show's biggest censorship changes ever. The episode itself is simple. Peppa and George visit Granny and Grandpa Pig. They meet Polly the parrot and quickly learn that she repeats everything you say. They spend the afternoon chatting, laughing, and taking turns shouting things like,
I'm a noisy parrot.
while Polly proudly copies them back. But the real problem starts before they even reach the house. Right at the beginning of the episode, the family drive over in the car with absolutely no seatbelts, none of them. This was the first car scene in Peppa Pig history, and unfortunately, also the first time the show accidentally demonstrated the opposite of road safety. Season 1 and Season 2 didn't include seatbelts in any of their car scenes, and the show received complaints. The creators had to officially respond, confirming that every future episode would show Peppa and her family wearing seatbelts. And then came the biggest twist. They didn't just change future episodes. They went back and reanimated the entire first 2 seasons, adding seatbelts into every single car shot that originally didn't have them, all because of a sweet little episode about a parrot. So next time Peppa pops her seatbelt on, remember, it's not just good behavior, it's a season 1 mistake the creators had to fix for the rest of the show. If you ever want proof that Peppa Pig has accidentally caused real-world chaos, look no further than the episode Bicycles, the one where Peppa, George, and half the neighborhood pedal around a giant pumpkin like it's the Tour de France, but with absolutely no helmets in sight. In the original version, Peppa and her friends ride their bikes all over the garden, speeding down hills, racing past Daddy Pig's prize pumpkin, nearly crashing into it, and not one of them is wearing anything on their heads. At first, nobody thought much of it, until parents started pointing out the obvious. Maybe a children's show shouldn't show 5-year-olds flying downhill with nothing protecting their brains but optimism. The complaints didn't arrive right away. They piled up after season 2 was already finished, and suddenly the creators had a choice: ignore it, or do something no one expected. They did the impossible. They went back and reanimated every single bicycle scene from the first 2 seasons, all of them now with helmets magically added. It was like a safety patch update for the entire Peppaverse. So the next time you watch Bicycles and see Peppa zooming past Daddy Pig's precious pumpkin while wearing a bright shiny helmet, remember, she didn't always have that level of safety awareness. That was the result of parents everywhere uniting to say, please put a helmet on the kid. Back in January 2011, Peppa Pig fans in the US were promised something huge, a full American special. A teaser was actually released, showing Peppa in a cowboy hat, George standing next to their blue and pink travel bags, and the New York skyline behind them with the Statue of Liberty. So this was real. Peppa Pig was actually supposed to go to America a whole decade before the 2021 episodes where she finally did. And then, nothing. The special simply never came out, and no one knows why. No further information was ever provided, which means the whole thing disappeared into the vault of Peppa Pig projects that vanished without a trace. It's one of the strangest pieces of cut content in the entire franchise. An official American adventure that was teased to the public, and then canceled so quietly that even longtime fans don't know it existed. Before Peppa Pig became the smooth, colorful show we all know, there was a prototype pilot from 2002, a version of Peppa's world that looked, well, like Peppa Pig from an alternate timeline. This pilot only aired once, and it's packed with details the show never used again. For starters, the animation looks completely different. The theme music is a prototype, the logo is redesigned, and the characters, they look like early test versions of themselves. Pedro Pony wasn't Pedro, he was a girl named Penny. SUZY Sheep was fluffier and more woolly. George's cry was a temporary placeholder sound. Peppa jumps into her boots while still wearing her shoes, something the real show immediately fixed forever. A few of these ideas were reworked later in episodes like Muddy Puddles and Mummy Pig at Work, but the original pilot was never broadcast again. It's basically Peppa Pig's forgotten first draft, the version of the show that helped shape everything, then quietly disappeared into the vault. And that brings us to the end of Peppa Pig's deleted episodes. Which one surprised you the most? And have you ever seen a weird version of an episode that nobody else remembers? Tell us in the comments. And if you're looking for more Peppa Pig mysteries, you're in luck. We've got a whole shelf of them. Go watch our other videos, but be warned. Once you start, you'll end up on a full Cartooniacs marathon. See you there.